All right, so then I get to pick it up with my baby. The one that came out in 1989, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. After what was perceived as a runaway success, that was Halloween 4, they were like, let's strike while the iron's hot, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do it big, and it's going to be great, and we're going to bring in this French filmmaker, and he's going to have all these interesting ideas, and people are going to love this. And then people didn't, and it bombed, and yeah, then we went 6 years without another Halloween movie. Look, I said at the open that Halloween 5 was the first Halloween movie I ever saw. And I was hooked. Like, it just had me. And as the years have gone on, I was always a defender of this movie. You can go to my videos when I would post like once a year, 10 years ago. If I would talk about Halloween 5, I always defended this movie. I've always loved this movie. But as the years have gone on, I'm actually like more steadfast in my defense for this movie. Like, I'm like, no, if someone rates it low personally, whatever, that's fine. But there are some like things that people will argue about this movie that I will go toe to toe with you about. Like, I just disagree. I don't see that. I think you're wrong about this. So much to love about this movie. First, you wasted Rachel in the first 15 minutes. Get her out of here. She's a fucking charisma sucker. I'm playing into it, guys. Okay. I don't actually feel that way about Rachel. Danielle is even better in this movie because I don't know if people realize how difficult it would have been to act half of this movie without speaking a word, and be able to sell you with her body language and her facial expressions. And she does that. I love Tina. I do not give a shit. I have watched hundreds, if not thousands, of 80s horror films, and there are a lot of characters like Tina throughout the 80s. Tina gets singled out for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe because Halloween is probably the most popular slasher franchise. Let's be real. So it gets talked about the most. But Tina, I love her. I think she's no different than Rachel in the sense of like Rachel in 4. I want to hang out with my boyfriend. I don't want to babysit. This is bullshit. Me. And people are like, Tina wanted to go get drunk with her boyfriend. Okay, so did Rachel. Like, you guys didn't shit on Rachel for that. People don't like Tina because she's loud. Whatever, I don't care. She's got personality. She's got spunk. Leaves a kid alone. I actually like Billy. Like, I like the relationship between him and Jamie. And I don't know, like, it was nice that Jamie had a friend because she went through some shit in 4 and nobody liked her. So it was kind of cool to see that this time around. Like, oh, she got a friend. Like, good for her. That little girl's been through enough. I love how gothic this movie is. Very, very giallo in a lot of ways. Loomis, perfectly unhinged in this movie. I mean, just like...
I prayed that he would burn in hell.
It's one of my favorite Loomis performances. Like, it genuinely is. Because at this point, Sam Loomis is like, I'm done. Okay? I'm done with this motherfucker. If I got to take a girl and use her as bait, then I'm doing it. I'm getting this mofo. And like, I get it. Like, I understand. I love so much about this movie. So much about it. And it has some of the best suspenseful sequences in this entire franchise. The laundry chute sequence, peak. The car chase sequence, peak. The fucking moment with Tina in the car with Michael, peak. Like, there is so much about this movie that's great. Yeah, you want to bitch about the clown cops? Whatever. This thing, aesthetically, it looks better than Halloween 4. Fact. Okay, Halloween 4 is very drab and dreary. A lot of blues, grays, whites. This movie is a lot of oranges, yellows, reds. Like, it's vibrant. It pops. I don't know, man. I love Halloween 5. This is not objective. This is my opinion. It's a perfect 5 for me.
So, yeah, Halloween 5, as I said, I watched it back to back with Halloween 4, and I instantly love this movie way more than 4. And I always loved 4, but this one, like, outside of the original, this has always been my favorite. And I think that's something that me and Nick bonded on when we first actually started becoming friends. Because, I mean, let's be honest, friends. Halloween 5 is not popular, dude. Like, it's still one of the ones that people will tell you is a dog shit movie. And it hurts like, when I first found that out online, it hurt my heart because I love this movie and I always have. And I'll say it right now, it's a perfect 5 for me too. So hearing that, and people will still, I mean, I have friends who watch films that think this is a piece of shit, and I don't get it. I never got it. Um, but goddamn, I mean, I think the single best chase sequence in the entire franchise is in this movie, like inside the house with Jamie in the laundry chute. Everything there, like that is like perfection, like the tension there.
Hold on, let me be one of the trolls when you say that. Yeah, but Michael fucking cries. Shut up.
Dude, I always liked that. I don't know. Like
It's a moment of humanity in a monster.
Yeah.
There's something beautiful about that. Go back
Yeah.
to classic monster movies. Frankenstein's monster has a moment of humanity. Like that is a classic monster movie thing where for a split second you think you broke through to the monster, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like I always love how she tries to touch his face and that's when he goes apeshit. Like I always found that specific moment like really scary. And like I don't know, everything about that I always found interesting. Um and this was the movie where I started to notice, and I feel like this is kind of where Loomis and Michael's relationship, like throughout these movies, you don't really talk about their relationship or how Michael might perceive Loomis. But in the scene where he's trying to calm down Michael, I feel like that's the most you get of that.
You don't need that. You don't need that.
Yeah. It's like, and it made me think like retroactively and why their dynamic and those two characters are so interesting. If you really go back and watch the movies, Michael never like hunts Loomis. He's never out for Loomis. Loomis gets in the way of something he's looking for, and that's when Michael will attack him. But it doesn't seem like he really wants to kill Loomis, like ever, which I find kind of interesting.
It's almost part of me just feels like it's like with him, it's almost like he's like, come on, old man, like leave me alone. Like I'm trying to do something here, bro. Like you're in my way, you're in my shit. Like that's the vibe I get. It's like he doesn't want to hurt Loomis. He's almost just like, bro, can you like piss off?
Yeah. Yeah, and again, I mean, this movie just has fairly likable characters. I also love Tina. I think she's one of the sweetest characters in the Halloween franchise. Like, yeah, she has her moments where she wants to party, but she's also like, she's still a kid. Like, let's be honest. Like, her and Rachel both, they're still kids. Like, and if
Like
you had
18,
a little,
18.
yeah, if you had a little sibling you had to watch on Halloween night when you're going on a date, nobody would want to do that. Like, you can't really shit on an 18-year-old for thinking that. And in the end, she risks her life and she saves Jamie. I think the two major, actually, one major flaw and one dumb flaw, right? The goofy cops, they're always going to be bad, but it's not that serious. It's not a big detractor from the movie. But I think we disagree where Rachel dies early. I think that's a major flaw, personally. I think there could have been way more emotion if Jamie sees Rachel die. And I think there was
then your flaw isn't that she died early. Your flaw is that she died without Jamie witnessing it, or that it didn't have gravitas to it. I agree. It needed more gravitas to it. But I don't think killing her off in the first act was necessarily a mistake, because if anything, too, I think it adds more to one, the fact that Michael is out for blood, bro. Like nobody's safe. And it gives you that in the first act of the movie. It also leaves Jamie feeling more isolated and alone. Like her protector isn't there anymore. And I think that Rachel being gone allows Tina to grow into that role. It is the reason why we like the character of Tina, because she's given the opportunity to become the protector. Because if Rachel's around, there's no need for Tina to be that. And that's why I feel like personally it wasn't a mistake, because Ellie and Wendy both give good performances. And same thing with 4. Like Ellie gives a good performance, but Wendy has so much more presence on screen. She has so much more vitality. Like she's so much more charismatic and bubbly and magnetic to me. So like if this movie was like, okay, we're going to switch the protector, the big sister role to this character, I was on board, because that character was far more interesting to me. I just felt like I liked when she's on screen. She's funny. She's goofy. She doesn't take life seriously. But at the end of the day, Yeah, she makes the ultimate sacrifice for this little girl. So I still maintain, I said it in my How to Fix the Thorn trilogy video that she shouldn't have, that Rachel shouldn't have died the way she did, I believe is what I said. Like, it should have had more gravitas to it. Maybe Jamie sees it. Maybe it's in an act of sacrifice, whatever it is. But I don't think the fact that she died and that Tina took the limelight in 5 is a mistake. I don't.
No, that's fair. I also like, I talked about the tension in this movie a little bit earlier, but I think this is probably the second like scariest Halloween movie in a lot of ways. Like I do think the chase sequences are really like, you put yourself in those shoes, like it's pretty fucking terrifying. Like Michael is a demon in this movie. I know he's not as hulking and like brutish as he gets later on, but this is like the scariest Michael after the first for me. But yeah, 5 out of 5. And I had one question I wanted to ask you. Did you know about the Man in Black prior to this movie, or did you see it first in this movie and think like, what the fuck?
I had no idea. Idea. This was the first Halloween movie I watched. So,
oh, right. Yeah.
I genuinely didn't know who that was. But honestly, he plays almost no role in this movie aside from the very end when he busts Michael out. So for me, even from like watching this as a kid, I just thought like, okay, well, that'll get answered in the sequel. Like it just seemed like sequel bait, like a cliffhanger. It didn't seem like something where I was like, I'm so confused. Like, no, it seemed like you're going to get the answers next time. And that's why we left it on that note. So, people have a lot of issues with the Man in Black, but I feel like those issues lie with 6 because 5, he's not prominently featured at all. In 5, he doesn't factor into the plot until the literal end. So yeah, maybe it's confusing. Who is this? Why is he here? But like, he's not affecting the story in any way. But yeah, I mean, we're both 5 defenders. We have been for a long time and will be. And Jaden got upset at me a year or two ago when in my ranking, I moved ends above 5. And he was like, nah, dude, you got to put 5 back above ends. Like, you can't do that. And I thought on it and I was like, nostalgia wins. Nostalgia wins this time. I'm going to go with 5 over ends.